Hey guys, so a while ago, if you haven't looked at my drawings playlist, there's a video there where I say I drew myself as a Genshin character. So I play a lot of Genshin Impact, so I wanted to kind of revisit that. So I have a couple friends who I asked for reference photos of last night, and I actually drew them last night. So this was kind of a last minute thing, but basically they're twins, so expect to see the second part of be the other twin. Basically, I asked them what their favorite clothing was, like from which country, what style they would prefer, and then I also asked what weapons they like, and also what elements they like. So basically, this guy, I'm gonna call him Taco in the video, but basically that's his nickname that I gave to him, so I call him Taco, and then his brother is Nakamura, which is basically a Japanese name that he nicknames himself. So yeah, so Taco, I gave him a. So he said he likes cryo, which is ice elements, and then he likes polearms, which are basically spears. I don't really know how else to describe it, so I'm gonna call it like spears. And also, he likes the Mondstadt clothing, but he likes the church clothing. So a lot of the characters that I actually looked at reference for his clothing are actually female. So it was really hard to get like an idea of what a male character would look like in that setting, especially since I wanted to go for, those main characters ish, or main side characters as you would call them, like, Kaeya, Diluc, Shao, there's Zhongli, and all of those characters are kind of like main in the story. So yeah, um, basically, I decided to do kind of like a priest outfit, but not with the whole cloak getup. I'm not really a fan of a cloak getup, to be honest, but it's more like a Catholic priest type of deal. My friend is Christian, by the way, so it is very fitting that he does like these types of outfits, to be honest. So yeah, um, basically, if you see the scars on his face, he actually recently got bitten by his dog by accident. I feel so sad because his dog is super cute, but at the same time, they had some issues with like trying to bathe him with a hose. So basically, he has this huge, like, he has a couple bite marks on his face because he actually got bitten like on the nose area, and he got stitches for it. I don't want to be too gory about it, but basically he explained to me what happened, and he's okay. He's doing well. He still loves his dog, which is really nice. But I decided to draw the scars on his face, but kind of make them bigger because it's anime, so I want the edgy looks. And also, my friend was like, I look edgy now, so it's kind of a joke that goes around. So yeah, um, I chose a back pose where it's like the back and you look and the character's looking front because I thought he would like that as like a cool edgy pose, to be honest. So yeah, I actually got this from a reference of Shao because Shao actually does this pose in not just fan art, but I'm pretty sure he officially likes doing that a lot to look more edgy. So yeah, the hardest part was actually drawing their hair. I have to say, Taco and Nakamura, their hair is very like frizzy, and it's short but frizzy at the same time, and it was really difficult to draw their hair. I'm so used to drawing like long, flowy anime hair to the point where, like, some hairstyles are a bit more difficult for me, but I tried my best with shading it to give it more texture and stuff like that. So honestly, it was just me struggling the whole time with their hair. But to be honest, it turned out better than I thought it would. Um, I also put a feather in his head because he actually likes birds. Taco likes birds, and Nakamura actually likes dragons a lot. So I thought I would give Taco, not Nakamura, Taco a feather on his head, and a feather. And then I gave him like, it's kind of like a griffin. I wanted to do a bird and a horse, but I guess that's similar to a griffin. So yeah, I basically gave him this mythical creature on the back, like behind him. I do know that like these creatures don't exist in the Genshin Impact world, but to be honest, I was really interested in the whole, I kind of wanted a concept where it was like, because Mondstadt has dragons, I kind of wanted to do dragon horses, but because my friend prefers birds, I decided to do a bird mixed with a horse, which is kind of like a griffin, to be honest. So yeah, that's where I went with this. I decided to give him a crown on his forehead. It's not like your typical crown that's like you place on top of your head. It's literally this metal piece that you put on your forehead. The reason why I wanted to do that is because I actually kind of wanted to do like, I don't know what else to refer it to. It's kind of like Sailor Moon's headpiece, to be honest. So yeah, I actually did that for like my character too, except I put my elemental vision on my forehead with that crown piece. As for my friend, I decided to have it more so on his side. A lot of the different countries, they have their own specific symbols for their visions, like the metal emblems that they put it in, so they're specifically shaped. Also, so I followed the Mondstadt one because my friend did say Mondstadt Church, so I did follow the Mondstadt one. And on top of that, I decided to put it near a place that most people from Mondstadt would put their stuff. So normally, Mondstadt characters have their vision closer to like a belt area or their side. As for leeway characters, actually, I noticed a lot of them have their vision on their back. It's just chained to their back somewhere. Um, I forgot about the Inazuman characters. I think Inazuman characters have it off to the side somewhere, or closer to their front chest. I can't remember where Kazuha has his. But anyways, I decided to go for a bluish, blue-white theme and some accents of gold because a lot of Mondstadt clothing does have gold on it. If you look at Kaeya's outfit, Diluc's outfit, and stuff like that. So I did give him this priest collar, and originally I was gonna color his whole outfit black, but I decided to not do that because I thought it would be nicer to have like lighter colors just to complement his skin color more. So that way, you know, there's a difference between that. I thought the darker skin color might look nice with a pop of like brighter colors for clothing. And then I did give him this sash belt thing that goes around his shoulder, and it has his vision on it on the side of it. And I made this sash kind of like this gray color. So I was going for like a priest look, to be honest. So that's why he has the like whole collar thing. But I didn't want to go for the cloak thing because I feel like a lot of older Catholics, like older people that are priests, actually use the cloak. As for I like younger priests, I don't normally see them wearing cloaks necessarily. Like they might wear it once in a while, but not too often. I guess it depends on like your age and what you want to wear. Don't quote me on that though, because honestly, I'm not from a Catholic church myself. I am Christian, but I'm not from a Catholic church, so the whole cloak thing and the clothing, the formal wear, I didn't really research on that, to be honest. But I know they do have like this dress shirt with like a nice collar and then the white strip in the middle. So that's what I was kind of basing my friend's clothing off of, because he did say the church, so I had to do that. I also decided to give him rolled up sleeves, kind of like Barbara, because if you look at Barbara, she is from the church. So that's something that I looked at, and that's where I also got the idea for like the whole sash idea, because like the belt sash, just because she also has something similar to that. And I gave him a cape just for some flair. I know it's not really a church character, but also I know that what is it? It is like, so I have to admit, like the Rosaria, which is one of my friend's favorite characters, actually does have like this veil that she wears. So I kind of took the cape inspiration from there. But on top of that, there are other characters from Mondstadt that are male, but they're just not church members necessarily. So I took Kaeya's cape and I actually decided to have like a side cape like that for my friend. Definitely, I do like capes a lot, so I feel like this was something that had to be added for some reason, but I don't know if my friend would prefer it, so I'm gonna show it to him as a surprise, and hopefully he likes it. I also gave him the Skyward spear. I don't remember the official name. I know it's Skyward something. There's a whole line where it's like gold and turquoisey color, like a turquoise color, for the blades, and there's like a skyward sword, a skyward spear, and all of that, and it's a pole arm. Basically pole arms are like spears, so I gave him that because he said he did like pole arms. I am more accustomed to characters using short swords, so I do play characters like Kaeya more often than other characters, and also Aether too, because he uses a short sword. Anyways, I thought I would draw them as Genshin characters, to be honest, because it's been a while since I drew anything, so this was me trying to get back into it. And also Genshin characters have a lot of detail on their clothing, so I thought it would be fun to actually make one. And also because my friends play the game too. Now I'm someone who likes to focus more so on playing one game at a time, and I really don't play too many games. Like my library of games isn't really that big, but I focus on Genshin a lot because they have daily, so I do it every day and stuff like that. And it's kind of like homework at this point, but like I do enjoy it, so it's not that like, it's not like I get annoyed from it. I know my friends sometimes get annoyed, like how the bosses work, because it's the same mechanics over and over again. But to be honest, I never get really bored of Genshin. But to be honest, I don't play a lot of video games in general, so me mainly focusing on one game is good enough for me to de-stress myself a little bit. I gave him this griffin character, this griffin pet thing, as I said. Um, Definitely, I was thinking about like making my friend into like an adeptus, because I did technically make my character into an adeptus. But yeah, you could say they do look like princes because I did give them a crown, so maybe they're Mondstadt royalty of some sort. However, my other friend Nakamura actually chose a different country, which I will speak more about in the next video, which was kind of harder for me to do because it's a area that hasn't even been released yet in the game. So to be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to that. But yeah, Mondstadt is my favorite like country in the game so far, but I guess that's because they have a lot of like knightly clothing. It's just very like knights and chivalry and stuff like that. So I guess that's why I'm more interested in Mondstadt clothing. Liyue is more like Chinese, and Inazuma is more Japanese. I do like the Japanese designs, like Kazuha and stuff, but again, yeah. I'm just more accustomed to like Mondstadt clothing in general. So yeah. But I tried to actually color this creature in like how I colored in my friend's clothing. So white with blue on it, and a golden beak, so I thought it would be very fitting to have that. Originally, I was actually gonna color more of this creature in, like have it like a solid color, but I just wanted to do like some shading details with the blue, to be honest, at this point. Like I was trying to come up with ideas, but I wanted my friend to be the main focus, especially because, you know, I'm making a drawing of him, not the creature itself. So yeah. I honestly am happy with how the scars turned out. To be honest, the way, the angle that I drew him at for the pose made it harder to kind of show the scars. So I kind of exaggerated them a bit more for the drawing. This way you can tell who it is. To be honest, my friend sent the reference of him and his brother, and I was like, wait, which one's you? And he's like, look at the nose, because he has a scar on it. I was like, oh. um, Definitely this was fun, and yes, I made him a cryo user, so all of the components had to be colored um, to resemble like cryo ice and stuff like that. I really like cryo characters in the game too. My friend is actually like, he wants more cryo characters, and I think that's the same for me too. Honestly, I'm someone who usually likes pyro characters, like characters that I like normally have like fire involved with them. But for some reason in Genshin, I just like a lot of characters that use animo, which is basically like wind powers, cryo, which is ice, and hydro, which is water. But yeah, the only one that I use that is pyro though is Diluc, but I still struggle a lot because he uses a claymore sword. As for me, I do like short swords, so it's really difficult with like the fighting style. Um, Definitely I am interested in learning more of like how to use polearm characters though, because Shao is one of my favorite characters in terms of design, but he uses a polearm as well, so that's something that I would need to learn more about. Yeah. Overall, it was really fun drawing this. I don't know, like coming up with like clothing just to make it like unique to the character itself is really difficult. So I think I did a pretty good job here. I'm going to show it to my friend and hopefully his reaction is good about it. I don't think he even saw like my like sketches of it yet because I sent it to him last night, but I'm pretty sure he fell asleep. So hopefully he likes this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will post this in my social media as well. Bye!